Okay, good evening, or whatever time it is when you're watching this. Our job tonight oh good. Just as I start my stream, as usual, how great, now where'd the other ones go? Sorry guys. Never fails. Shit happens when, every time I want to do something, shit happens. I will be with you in a moment. I hope. That's the plan anyways. If my computer will let me take care of this. No, of course not. Okay. Oh, give me. I had everything ready. And then you have to go. Someone has to want something from me. If only I could just plain go offline when I go to stream. It would really make things handier. That, however, would make streaming a little difficult. Okay. You do that then. And when you're ready, I might go help you. Alright. Back to Satisfactory, and the rest of the world can go F itself. I was pretty good at that anyways. So, where we left last night, in a little bit of a hurry, was discovering that I had set this up a little bit wrong with feeding it copper ingots instead of copper sheets. Realizing we needed copper sheets, and that we might even be short on our copper ingots for the copper sheets we needed. So I did some math, and we do have enough copper sheets, or copper ingots, but we will need all 4 of those extra belts, including the 2 extra ones we brought in last night. I did some cleanup to get all the ingots out of all this. Basically had to not quite rebuild all this. I probably should have, because now the blueprints that I built it from are not intact, but oh well. But I did, however, take some notes. So we need 600 per minute total sheets to make the coolers here. So we need 300 to go into there and 300 to go into there. To get that, the sheets are a 2-to-1 or 20 to 10, however you want to call it. So if we need 600 sheets, we need 1,200 ingots. and I got these out of order. We have 450 ingots times 4 belts, which is 1800 if I count that right. So we've got 600 ingots to spare, actually. I'm not going to bother doing that. I'm just going to do 4 rows of things in the doing copper sheets. 4 copper sheets. Even if I take and double these like this with 2 shards, making it 40-20. So 20 sheets a minute, and I need 600 sheets a minute. Now here's where my math breaks. 600 divided by 20 is 30, right? Running major or evening or something. All right, major, math. If I double all this, so 20 a minute, I need 600 a minute. That's 30 of these I need, right? Which is what this line was supposed to be, but I'm pretty sure that's wrong. I'm pretty sure if I'm doubling them, I only need 630, not 60. Which is a bit of a relief. Yeah, that's what I thought. That's easier to build. A lot easier to build. Okay, so to do that, we are a little bit out of space here. I don't know. I'll bet I could fit 2 rows of 15 in here. I am known for, literally, real life, known for packing 20 pounds of trouble into a 5-pound bag, or however you want to visualize that old saying. But I think, yep, that is my plan, is to go to another floor. I don't think I need to, actually. I think I could fit it in here, but it's going to be more convenient to put another level above this. And I did actually start a second floor over here several episodes ago. Zoop. Is that going to line up exact? Ha! Am I good or what? Actually, I know it would, because that's how I did the original floor. Is a baseline and then blocks of 10. How far over here do I need to go? Is that it? Yep. And then I get to go another set down there. should cover us close enough, I think, because we need 2 columns of 15 instead of 4 columns of 15. So if we take the ideal case, let's see, that one's on the border and that one is in the middle. And they're both in the middle of this row. So there. And then 1, 2, 3, 4 in the middle of block 4. 1, 2, 3 in the middle of block 4. So that's where we want to go down. Oh sure, I quit talking to them online and now they're messaging me my phone. What the heck? Ah. Not what I had in mind. There. Please tell me that somebody else messaging my phone. Good, it was. It wasn't the conversation I need to have. Okay, so we can do. See, I should have templates for this. Why do I have? What do I? Oh, that's assemblers. Assemblers, belt stack, assemblers, belt stack, constructors is what I need. Constructors, I can do right to left or left to right, either one. I like left to right. We want the output to align with that. And that will do just fine right there. And then we want to do it again. Right there. And why do I do that? Every freaking time I close the construction window. And the funny thing is, it's not just this game. I did that in Factorio all the time too. Okay, so now we want to do this. Two, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I'd love to see somebody do this without using the depots. I think that was 8, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Coolness. this is 300 per side, so Mark 4 belts is fine. And 40, 20 and 40 in and out, so the Mark 1 lifts that are on them are fine. I just need to do Mark 4 belts. Why are you being weird? Oh. Whew! Okay. And then I need to feed. Let's see, how are we going to do this? I need to run. I need to run those 4 belts of copper down here. Merging one set into there. So there, actually, no, I do want to do that, and I think that. Another merger there. Doing the same thing. There. And there. Could I ask for a more perfect, I mean, I counted it out. I didn't actually, but I for some reason, I tend to be pretty good at that. And not just in games. I tend to do that somehow in real life. Don't ask me, I don't know, I just roll with it. Okay, so feeding them should be all set. I need to program them, and of course my program is down at the other end. All the way down here. I'm going to do this slow so I don't have to come back through here, hopefully. Well, I am going to have to come back through here for power, if nothing else, but let's see if the last one got the same recipe. Good. Okay, power. 25 different ways I could do power, at least. We are going to do this. Come on, grab it. Don't you dare crash. Gonna be one of those nights, isn't it? Yes, I'm still here even though the screen is blank. Game crashed. Somehow doesn't surprise me. Oh good, looks like I'm not the only one that keeps crashing. I see somebody else's stream that has had 2 restarts in the last hour or so. Alright, are we back? Looks like we're back. Oh crap. No, we're not back. Is the stream going? Okay, good. I was gonna say, did it kill my stream? But no, my encoder's still going. Major, I'm watching another stream here on the side, and the individual just discovered Sam. You want to guess where they discovered the Sam? They are, let's see, where are they? They are working on phase 3, it looks like. Okay, what were we doing? We were doing power. Did the programming all take? Programming took. So, and it looks like the beginning power took. So we are here. They are apparently building their factory, and they are not a. I mean, they have like 3 different games going, but they're not a experienced player as far as I know. But they're building this world in the Dune Desert. Yeah, I know. But it was a local crash, and I'm running out of servers, so the server didn't crash. So the game was intact. So this person was exploring for they were after oil, I think, and they were exploring across the north coast in the highlands. And they came across, aside from all the enemies they weren't ready for, they by accident came across the node in the high place near the oil. I'll leave it at that to avoid giving too many spoilers to other people, but I'm going to guess you know where I'm talking about. And now they're wondering how in crap they're supposed to build a factory there under the conditions present in that location. They're there to build their whole thing for going out there was oil for explosives, smokeless powder. And apparently they've now been distracted into doing the SAM stuff, so I'm guessing they're complaining about obviously I only have half an ear on them. They're complaining about how they're supposed to do the manufacture up there in that space under those conditions to do the whatever the triangular thing is for the SAM stuff up there, so they don't have to transport all the other. How in crap? I need to pay more attention to what they're doing. They're griping about transporting stuff one way or the other, and I'm not clear on which way they're going to try to transport stuff. Alright. Pay attention to my own thing here. Why is it now? Oh, get right. What the? No, you. Wait a minute. Yeah, that's right. This is my output. That's going down. My inputs are on the other end. I need to take. Yeah, I'll connect to the power grid on the other end. I need to bring this person is definitely not happy about trying to operate up in that area. This person is definitely not equipped for operating up there. They're just not. Okay, how far? Nope, I'm going to take and bring these all to the same point. We'll call it here. And because reasons, we're going to, nope, not. We're going to do this. Except everything's backwards when I'm looking up. That's not even the only one near the... She'd actually be far better off with a couple others near the Dune Desert, north and south. But that's what she found, and apparently that's the first one she's known of. Well, it depends on where in the Dune Desert she is, and I haven't become clear on where she's building yet in the Dune Desert, because I'm not overly familiar with the area. I've been out there, but not where I'm really exploring for myself. I helped build out there on the multiplayer server I used to play. Technically still do, but we've been on hiatus since spring. So I haven't really played out there myself, so I don't really know the area. Oh, now I want these to go back to a point convenient to hook to them from those. So I really want them to come all the way back here. So probably there, and there. Any chance that the farthest one, I'll make a bet? Yeah, of course not. But you know what? Conveniently reaches to there, which works perfectly to do the same thing as they did on the other end. Well, my question is, why does she choose Dune as a semi-beginner? So in order to miss my tube, I'm going to put the top one over on this side. Let's see, we want curve, so the bottom one goes to these. Now I probably should actually have brought elevators down from those points. Let's bring let's bring these down to there. Now let's do this. Still gonna put that one on from there to there, from there to there, there to there, and from there to there. Do I miss each other? Yes. That actually that works well with the one below it and doesn't look half bad. Now, in theory, oh, I gotta feed power in yet. Last one hasn't gotten out here yet. Hopefully it's, yeah, there we go. Now, power. Got a tower right here, but we also have oh, this works very nicely. And tie you right to there. It should power up all of you, except this one that didn't get notified. They're working. Oh, they're shitting stuff. Do I have room here to put monitors? We need 600 on there. 300 on there. Yeah, we need 300 on each of those. Which is going to take a minute, of course, because it's going to take a bit to buffer. These belts are all 4, so there's no point in me upgrading the local belts anymore. And 4 is more than enough for the 450 a minute. So how much are we pulling off of each of these? In theory, we're pulling 400. Should be pulling 300 out of each of these, right? No. Yeah, 300 out of each of these, or at least 600 out of each pair. Okay, so she's been working on smokeless powder. And now she's going to her 3rd different stream that I've been watching today. She's done, this is her 2nd Satisfactory stream. Well, I guess it's all been one stream, but 2 different games. One as a multiplayer and one by herself. Pixie Prototype, a VTuber. She's dual streaming Twitch and YouTube. I'm watching YouTube. I don't like to watch Twitch. She's now going to somebody else's stream to do D&D. Well, these are all doing 240. Am I limiting something somewhere? Why are we only doing 240? Something's being limited somewhere. We've got Mark IV. Huh? What? What do you mean? This is our ingot source, which should be 300, or at least 600 between two of them. Numbers. Oh, and I crash again. I can take the numbers after the mergers, but that should be 6. Come on, restart. Uh-oh. And it just crashed again. Ha-di-da-di-da-di-da-di-da-da-da-da. Just so we're putting something on the screen, we're going to go to stand by, but I will be right back. Okay. Let's work backwards. We need eight machines. I gotta land and reset. Well-known bug, at least by players. Not convinced they know about it since it's been here since before 1. They need 45 sheets each times 8, or 90 times 4. Okay. So I'm working backwards. So hang on. Let me work through this. 45 times 8. 90 times 4. Is 36, or 360. Right, this is 8. So each of these needs 360. Update my signs for my poor math. Which means my numbers for up there are wrong, but not that wrong. Wait a minute. Which means all these numbers are wrong. Okay. So 360, 720, 720, I still have plenty with the 4, because that means I've got 840 between the pair of them. But this means that I need three more on each line. I got 15, 18 on each line. Whoops. Let's see, that is yes or no, are those numbers correct? As far as you understand things that I have set up, at least. I still don't know. Is it YouTube or is it my stream? Well, my stream appears fine to me. I don't see anything. No drop frames, 8 meg going out at 1080. My inset on studio looks good. Okay. But even my discrepancy on these numbers doesn't explain why we're only doing 240 here. So let's go up here. Never mind, I need to put 3 more things in here, but these being set to, they're eating 40 a minute in theory, times 15, they should definitely be eating 600 a minute. I can't think of any reason whatsoever for See, 240 doesn't even, I mean, even Mark III belts are 270, not 240. So what would be the limiter? Where's the limiting factor here? The start of which line? Where the ingots are made? Or the sheets are made? These are all Mark IV. Belts are all Mark IV. Where the ingots are made, okay. I'm going to put, we'll go there in a second here, but let me put monitors here. That's going to be 480. Yep. So the limiting factor appears to be 270, 480. Ah, it is. My limiting factor is the Mark IV belts through here. Because I need 600, not 480. That's the problem. We need to make these Mark V, which will give me the 780. That's my problem. So I need to go back through all of these and update my belts. If you still want to, I can go out to the source. Once I get this done, let them speed up. Actually, I don't need the output belts to be Mark V, but and this needs to be Mark V. I don't like that the monitor gets removed. When you update the belt. The problem, I'm not questioning you. Maybe you're seeing something I'm not. But the source, where these are coming from, I mean, the incoming belts are backed up. The incoming belts are not short. It's not that we're short on input. And it should stay when I update the belt, but it doesn't lately. And it's annoying. Why is that 480 still? We can do 760 or 780? What are Mark V's? 780. The machines want 40 a minute, so the Mark 1 inputs should be plenty. Oh, wait a minute. This belt isn't updated. And those belts don't need updated, but this belt right, but there's nothing that is limited to 240. These belts coming in over here are not limited to 240 except by their output apparently. Okay, they are moving up. The only thing limiting those four numbers is how much they can push into this side, which is all Mark 4, so 480 belts times 4, which is more than we need. These are Mark 4. These are Mark 4. These all the way to the other end are now Mark 5. Now let's put our markers back on them. That looks better. That'll tone down once things are buffered. What do we want in here? We want the 14. Well, we want these numbers to be 720. And these belts are, okay, let's do this. What are these belts giving us? There's no reason for these belts, because these are coming straight from the source. There's no reason these belts can't do at least 440 or 480. They're not, so there's a backup somewhere else. Oh, I know where the backup is. Backup is these. These, I don't have enough to do the I need to add the extra 3 on the end of each of these yet, because these by themselves can't process all of them. So I need to put three more of these. Here with Mark 5 belts between them. And power and programming. We need to see output just down there, output just down there, and we need you to come up to there, and you to come up to there, you to go over to there, and you to go over to there. Alrighty. Make sure that's a Mark 5, it is. And then copy, paste, 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 paste. Maybe some power for them. Power. No, you. All right. It'll crash on me again? Nope, okay. So we have sheets running in, but now we don't have any other sheets running in. We show as yellow. They don't show any copper sheets coming in. Why? Seriously? No, some of these are... Okay, some of these have stuff. Most of these have coolers coming out. Oh, doggone it. Left over from when I was cleaning out stuff last night. Let's see. Power. Actual output. That will be coolers. Actual output. No, you dumbass. Actual output. So this side, nothing on this side is outputting. So I'm going to guess nothing on this side is pulling in. And I know why if that's the case. It does appear to be the case. For some reason, somehow, there is a copper ingot stuck in here. And that's after I replaced, I think, every one of these last night. It says I can pick up a sheet in here, and I'm not seeing any evidence of picking up picking up a copper ingot. Wait a minute, let's see. Yeah, see, there's an ingot stuck in there. So I need to take all of these out, which means I need to take that belt out. And replace all of those. That's the only way to get that nugget out of there. Ingot. Now the question is, what are these numbers supposed to be? I believe this is correct. So these want 75 times 4, or 150. Oh! Ha ha ha! I knew that was going to happen. Ow! Ha ha ha! Ah. Please tell me you're not hearing my desktop audio, so tell me you're not hearing the audio from the other video. Oh. Power. I killed power. I'm out of power. Yes, I know what it is, and I'm not surprised. I'm just not sure what to do about it. Nope, I need to go to... Don't crash. Doug frickin' gun it! Okay, so what got killed off? Recycling center, fine. Caterium, fine. Aluminum 1, which is our whole aluminum center, not fine. That needs to be on. And that's the switch here. Hmm. So it died again. Yep. So 70. So we're producing 75-ish. The variance is because of our hydropower. Ow! Oh shit. Houston, we have issues. Because if I read this right, this is just the aluminum. Well, actually, the aluminum and the copper. Wait a minute. Shit. No, okay. So yeah, the copper and aluminum is all that's running off of this switch. This is main loop, main grid. Hey buddy, I need some help here. How can I Hmm. So, to be clear, what I'm contemplating is with the way I have everything wired, how can I break off these first two sets of aluminum and depower them temporarily? Because I don't have I have the ring around it. That's the main power bus for all of aluminum. Well, what I want to do is put a switch somewhere down here for each column is what I want to do. But I need to make sure that that is the only place that feeds each column. Ah, hey! So these are chained down the line from that. Somewhere there's a line going from there over to there, but I've got to find it. It is right here. And actually that's fine now that I know where it's at. It's on this end. But I need to cut this line. And then I need to wait a minute. Now I need to break this line. And this line, and I need to make sure there's a connection, and I should have done all this back in the beginning, but I thought about it many times. Hum. Power from, nope. That'll work. We can do this. That line is powering all of those. So what we're going to do is this line Ah, come on, land where I want you to. Don't mind me. I'm listening to something else on the side. Let's see. Okay, let's do, where does this want to sit? I can't put it there. That. Alright. Where do I have power that I can steal? So I can frickin' fly. Oh, shit. I have this network, but where is it? It's got power connections everywhere. And that's likely part of the problem. This is powered. That grid is powered from that switch though. Okay. If I disconnect it from that switch, that's okay. Or should be. Let's see. Where are we going out to? From there. Okay. Okay, so I'm isolating this underside grid, which is originally meant to be just for my flying. So I can actually fly again to deal with this. And this goes out to those mines. This should still have power. Why does this not have power? That should have power. Where does it even go? Oh, that goes out to the coal mine. Okay, so that should be That is correct. That should not have power, but it should also not be connected to this grid. Now, this grid is isolated and should be connected to the main grid. So this pole is from the switch. I want a line from there to fine. Where are we? Now we should be able to power that from the grid without killing anything. And now I should be able to fly again. There. Now our aluminum grid is this line around the outside. That needs to go to there. It needs to come along our outside here. But I need to put these somewhere we're going to put these switches next to the water input on each of these. Why? Because it's a convenient place, and yep, take it easy, Major. Okay, so we can take this and we're going to pull it to here and here and here, and for each of these we're going to connect this to, well, we're crossing wires, but make sure these are off. This is so we know which one of these is which. And these actually shouldn't be these are casings, and this one is sheets. That'd be alclad sheets actually, but so we're going to go from there to A, from B back to our pole. We're going to go from aluminum grid to A, and from B to there. And I already did the other one. So we should only have on here yes. Now, there should be, let's see, the other end of these is going to be the one, where are these cross-connected? They're cross-connected here. And that should be for each of these. But they need to make sure they are split from each other. That's here. Okay, and the seam all the way down, need to make sure that line's cut. That's cut. Okay. Now, for over here, from block A to B, we ran a line there, so we can do the same thing here. Run a line from there to there, and line from there to there, and then here, from there down in there. So from there to there, and then from there to there. Now this connects this, that's good. For the moment, our underside, nope, I disconnected that. This, let's see, this powers, this is our copper power. This needs to, I gotta double check this, and I'm gonna run out of power, aren't I? Yeah. Is this just copper? It should be. Where did it go? Yep, that's just going to copper. Okay. Okay. So we need this to connect to main power. want to connect to actually, nope, we're going to put that here. A goes there, B goes here. This is and that is supplying only copper. That supplies only that line. So copper is up. Welcome, whoever just joined. Thank you for joining. We are solving power issues. We significantly overpowered our grid, and now we've got to break down this into some separate groups so we can turn one of them on. Let's see, so that went out to our copper mines that are out there. Yes, I know that looks like coal, but trust me, it's copper mines out there. That's because the copper lines are all of those. Let's see. This one is powered here from down there. These are now all separate and should be linear. And this is powered from the grid. These are powered by aluminum main. Aluminum, will that turn on, stay on? Good. What are we looking at? So our max is still above our supply. Our potential max is above our supply. I don't care about turning this one on at the moment. I don't care about turning this one on at the moment. So this column here is alclad sheets. This column here is aluminum casings. This here, along with that, is coolers, which is the one we want to turn on. Okay, so that should have us running on this line. Nope, I want to keep that line. Don't need to want that for the time being. All of those should be off. All of this should be on. Running. This up here, I never got power that far. Those are all on. Let's bring power upstairs. Let's see. Make sure power is coming. Okay, that's copper. This okay, so this is grid. So this here is just our tube and our incidental disposals. These are powered from the other end. And I guess since that up there, let's see, this up here is copper, so this needs to be supplied from copper. And that's this. So we're going to take this and go up here. Okay, now let's see what our lines are doing. What were we doing? Now the question is, what were we doing before we killed power? We had just expanded these, which incidentally do not have the correct recipes on them. Copper sheets are going down. That has to be Mark 5. That has to be Mark 5. No, they don't. Because that should only be 300 going down. even though these are all Mark 5, so somehow those ended up as Mark 5s and these as Mark 4s, but Mark 5 is good. Let's look again at our... let's put more monitors on here and see what we're doing. Seriously? Well, that's why I have the spot here, so I can make more stuff. Alright, that'll keep me good for a few days, or a few moments. Let us take and we're going to upload those, pull that out of there. And go back up here. And the goal was to make another one of these. So we are running good there. That should be, wait a minute, I think that's supposed to be 300. 75 times 8, 150 times 4, 300 times, nope, wait a minute. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 75 times 8. 75 times 8, 150 times 4, 300 times 2, 600. So we're expecting 600 on these each, which means these all need to be upgraded to Mark 5. And I thought that all this already was. It is. Just this out here didn't get marked 5. So we should be able to do the 600 here. Didn't I just put, oh, doggone it. When you upgrade, it replaces the monitors. Now, these want, oh, now who wants my attention? One of these days I'll turn my phone off too when I stream. Because when I want to do something, everyone else wants my attention. Okay. 600. So this needs to be Mark 5. That one does not have to be. And that one does not have to be. But this bottom one does. And I need to do that to this side too. Okay. So we can feed everything at speed. But we can't because we need 75 a minute, and I'll bet the inputs here are all Mark 1. Nope, we're Mark 4, so that shouldn't be an issue. Looks like we are all Mark 4. I don't see any obvious Mark 1s. Okay. I know we have plenty here. Why only 660? What is limiting us to 660? Our belts are all Mark 5. Those are all Mark 5. These are all 40-20. So we've got plenty of capacity on the belt. Something is not programmed. Yeah. Oh, crap. So these last few are not overclocked because I ran out of shards. Fortunately, wait a minute, do I have any dropped in here? No. Rats. I do have shards, just not here. see. Da 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 da. Grab some of those and go right back to Alright, now Control C, Control V, Control V, Control V, and V, and V, whoops. Why are you not pasting the recipe? You're overclocked. Okay, there, now those will eat their share. And these numbers should go up to 720. And we got 720 there and 720 there. So now we should have 360 and 360. Good. And we should have more than that. 600, I think, is what we're supposed to have here. Maybe it'll take it a minute to. So for the person that just joined, we're doing aluminum. We've got aluminum sheets, alclad sheets on the far side there, aluminum casings in the middle here, and all of this, and then down here and up that, plus this above me is for aluminum coolers. This is the copper sheets for the coolers. This is all of our copper ingots for this, and also the alclad over there and the alclad here. Those are all red because I had to turn off power for all that. Right now we're waiting to see if our numbers work up. These should be 600 and are not. Does not look like a supply issue, which means I'm thinking I got a belt that is not Mark 5. but I don't see it. They all look to be Mark 5. And the machines are just, well, all of our, we already checked that. All of these are Mark, nope. And there we go. See, I thought that needs to be at least, well, double check that all of these are Mark 4. I'm really curious why only those stayed as Mark 1. Now these should be, again, L-clad 75 times 8, 150 times 4, 300 times 2, 600. These only, I'm assuming they're filling buffers, but they only need to be 600. And I just saw some yellow down here, which means something is backing up or not getting enough, which would be buffering if these are, we're still getting our supply is backed up, so that's not a problem. And same here. And we apparently have a bit of a shortage there. Why do we have a shortage on this end? We have a shortage on this end because something is not running. What's not running? That's not running. Doggone it. Why? I don't know why that's doing it. We are all powered here, right? Everything's powered, everything's green. You're good. And now I need to add more water in here since I just flushed this. Actually, maybe I don't. Where did all that water come from? Because I just flushed it. So each of these, for those who haven't been watching previous streams, each of these blocks is designed to be water neutral. This first one takes in 400 water, generates 480 fluid out, which goes to the other 3 machines. Each of them takes 160 for a total of 480. On the other side, 2 of these output 160. The other puts out 80 because it is not doubled like these. 2 times 160 is 320. Plus 80 is 400. This one takes in 400. These 4 units should be water neutral, but for some reason they keep filling up both, not just one, both the water and the solution. See, if you look over here, that's full and that's full. They all do that. All three of these are the same. They all do that. I don't know why. I would love an answer to that if somebody knows. I have elsewhere, I have another system like this that has been running for weeks. Why are we not getting anything out? We're on. We're on. We're on. Oh, ha! This needs to be reconnected to the main loop. Here. That is our mines, our bauxite mines. Okay, so this has come up. Now this will all have to get itself started again. Looks like we have stuff going out again. Slowly working its numbers up. So when these numbers were going down, it's because all the stuff was coming out of the buffers of those. So those are running. We are just waiting for these numbers to grow back up, which is going to take some time. Are we continuing to run? are we doing? Are we doing? We've got that up to 400, so that one's running full. Are we drowning yet? Nope. Good. We've got up to 400 here. This again should be 600. Looks like we're waiting on these to get their buffers all filled up, so they're running full. Yeah, that's what we're waiting on right now. But it looks like everything is working. Oh crap. These need to be any here and overflow there. And any here and overflow there. This is set up just to both buffer the depot, but so that we don't back up because they're not being used anywhere else yet, is what this is all about. And we've got the same setups over there. But right just now I didn't have these set up to go into the depot at all. Now we do. Right now we just want these numbers to keep going up. And I'm going to leave you watching that while I take a short break. So these should be 400 each. So we're still waiting on these to buffer up, it looks like. Yep, we're still waiting on these to buffer up. So at this point, we're just sitting here waiting for things to buffer up. I don't see anything that's not working. Our whole thing for tonight was to get this working. So I think I'm going to call it here on the half hour. Thank you for watching. Thank you for sticking with me. And I will probably not have a stream tomorrow night. Let's see, Monday. You know, I don't know right now. This next week is going to be iffy every night. I have a couple of family events, so both my morning and evening streams are going to be, I don't know. So watch my schedule and stay tuned for whenever the next one shows up, and we will pick back up and check and see how this has turned out. And then we are going to do power. That will be the next thing, because apparently I don't have enough. So we're going to have to do another spot of oil power next. So thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed, and stay tuned for the next one. Have a good evening.